Hey there fellow runners, welcome to Insane Runners. Today, I am thoroughly testing the Apple Watch Series 9 to determine if it truly stands out as the ultimate companion for your runs. Let's delve into it. First off, let's talk about the design. The Series 9 continues Apple's tradition of sleek, minimalist design. Available in sizes of 41mm and 45mm, it offers options suitable for different wrist sizes, while remaining exceptionally lightweight at just 31.9 grams for the 41mm and 38.7 grams for the 45mm model. It's lightweight and comfortable to wear, which is crucial for those long-distance runs. Its vibrant 2000 nits Retina OLED display ensures clear visibility even in brightest sunlight, crucial for runners tracking outdoor trails. With a battery life of up to 36 hours, it provides enduring support for long-distance runs and daily activities, ensuring you are always connected and motivated on your fitness journey. The standout features for runners are the advanced heart rate monitoring and inbuilt GPS on Apple Watch Series 9. I will be conducting practical tests to assess the heart rate and GPS accuracy of the Apple Watch Series 9. I will compare it with the Garmin Forerunner 245 Music, which is generally considered one of the most accurate smartwatches available for activity tracking. And at the end of the video, I will tell you how accurate is the Apple Watch Series 9 as compared to the Garmin. I will also compare its heart rate and GPS accuracy with the Galaxy Watch 6. So keep watching the video until the end. I have tied both the watches on my wrists, Apple Watch Series 9 on my right wrist and Garmin Forerunner 245 Music on the left. On the screen, you can see the results of both watches. The readings on the right side are recorded by the Apple Watch Series 9, while the data on the left side is from the Garmin Forerunner 245 Music watch. First, let's look at the distance. According to the Apple Watch Series 9, we ran 5.11 kilometers, while according to Garmin, it is also showing the same result of 5.11 kilometers. So, the running distance results are consistent for both watches. You can also see other data such as workout duration and moving time. The Apple Watch Series 9 shows a workout duration of 35 minutes and 16 seconds, while Garmin displays a moving time of 35 minutes and 10 seconds. This slight difference is negligible. Now, talking about the heart rate, the Apple Watch Series 9 recorded an average heart rate of 177 beats per minute, while the Garmin watch recorded 178 beats per minute. There is only 1 point difference between them. Next, I will display the heart rate data for each kilometer. I have synced the running activity from both watches to Strava to obtain lap-wise heart rate data so that we can compare them. Here is the data synced through Strava. Let's check the heart rate for each 1 kilometer lap. I ran a total of 5 kilometers and 100 meters, which is why the data is displayed in 6 sections. In the first kilometer, the Apple Watch Series 9 counted 170 BPM and the Garmin watch recorded 172 BPM. In the second kilometer, the Watch 9 recorded 184 BPM and the Garmin watch also recorded the same at 185 BPM. In the third kilometer, the Apple Watch Series 9 shows a heart rate of 183 BPM while the Garmin watch shows 184 BPM. In the fourth kilometer, the Apple Watch Series 9 displays 177 BPM while the Garmin watch shows 178 BPM. Even in the fifth kilometer, there is only a 1 BPM difference. These consistent results from the Apple Watch Series 9 are impressive. From this test, I observed that the heart rate results from the Apple Watch Series 9 are consistently similar. Apple is making advancements in its smartwatches, aiming to elevate them to the next level and cater to a wider audience. Now, let's examine the GPS results of this test. We have already observed that both watches covered the same distance. So let's take a look at the map to analyze the route of the run. Initially, both routes appear identical, but upon zooming in, differences become apparent. The Garmin Forerunner 245 demonstrates accurate GPS tracking, while the Apple Watch Series 9 does not show clear differentiation. Upon completing my run, I returned to my starting point. However, the Apple Watch Series 9's data does not clearly indicate which side of the road I was running on, unlike the Garmin, which provides this information with clarity. Now, let's move on to the next test. In the second test, I compared the Apple Watch Series 9 heart rate and GPS with the Galaxy Watch 6. I chose the Galaxy Watch 6 after the Garmin watch because it also provides decent accuracy, and in the previous test we found that the Apple Watch Series 9 is also very accurate. I wore the Apple Watch Series 9 on my left hand and the Galaxy Watch 6 on my right hand. I also placed my Garmin Forerunner 245 watch in my pocket to test distance accuracy. First, let's look at the average heart rate data. Strava, which is connected to the Apple Watch Series 9, shows an average heart rate of 166 bpm. Similarly, in the Samsung Health app, the average heart rate is also 166 bpm. Both watches show the same average heart rate, indicating that both are accurate. Some people may wonder why I did not show the Galaxy Watch 6 data on Strava. This is because there is some complication between Samsung Health and Strava syncing. Every time I sync it with Strava, it changes the Samsung Health data according to its own algorithm, which leads to differences between the Samsung Health data and Strava data. Samsung Health cannot display lap-wise heart rate data, making it impossible to compare heart rates on a lap-by-lap basis. However, I will compare other data that is comparable between the two devices. The Galaxy Watch 6 recorded the workout duration as 1 hour and 15 seconds, while the Apple Watch Series 9 recorded it as 59 minutes and 56 seconds, which is very similar. According to the Galaxy Watch 6, I covered a distance of 8.23 kilometers, and according to the Apple Watch Series 9, it is 8.17 kilometers. I obtained very similar data from both watches. As for the Garmin watch, it recorded that I covered 8.19 kilometers in 59 minutes and 56 seconds. Now, let's look at the GPS tracking comparison on the screen. Upon observing it, I felt that the Apple Watch Series 9 is showing better GPS tracking results than the Galaxy Watch 6. The Apple Watch Series 9 GPS shows accurate starting and ending points, but the Galaxy Watch 6 shows some difference in the starting position. Other than this, in the route tracking of both watches, we can see that they overshoot from the real track. In this test, we conclude that the Apple Watch Series 9 and Galaxy Watch 6 have very similar results. Apple Watch Series 9 and Galaxy Watch 6 results match with the Garmin Forerunner 245 music results. Before we proceed with the next test, I would like to let you know that creating these type of videos requires significant effort and energy. So if you are liking this video so far, I kindly request to subscribe to our channel. Now, I will conduct another test where I will compare the data of the Apple Watch Series 9 and Garmin Forerunner 245 music after a comparatively longer run. Let's see if there is any data difference or if it remains similar during the longer run. Again, I have tied both watches on my wrists, Apple Watch Series 9 on my right wrist and Garmin Forerunner 245 music on the left. According to the Garmin Forerunner 245, I ran 8.14 kilometers, while according to the Apple Watch Series 9, it was 8.13 kilometers. These results are very similar. In terms of average heart rate, the Forerunner 245 recorded 170 bpm, while the Apple Watch 9 recorded 168 bpm. Other than this, the heart rate is almost the same in all laps except for the first, and the GPS tracking is also consistent, as we discussed previously in the first test. In the fourth test, I switched the watches on my hands. The Garmin Forerunner watch was on my right hand and the Apple Watch Series 9 was on my left hand. According to the Garmin Forerunner, I ran 7.55 km with an average heart rate of 173 beats per minute. According to the Apple Watch Series 9, I ran 7.53 km with an average heart rate of 175 beats per minute. There is a slight variation in the data from both watches, which can be considered normal. Overall, the Apple Watch Series 9 showed very accurate data. Now, let's look at the heart rate data for each lap. Both watches recorded a total of 7.5 laps. In the first 3 laps, the heart rate is the same on both watches, and 1 point difference in the 4th lap. However, in the 5th lap, there is a surprising 17-point difference. I am not sure what caused this significant difference. The 6th lap showed a 3-point difference, while the 7th and the 8th laps had only a 1-point difference. Overall, the results were similar except for the 5th lap. Now, let's compare GPS tracking. The starting and ending points are the same. but there are differences in the route recorded by both watches. The Apple Watch Series 9 overshot the track, while the Garmin Forerunner mixed running on one side of the road with running on the other side. Despite these differences, I am satisfied with the overall results of the Apple Watch Series 9. During the tests, varying durations of running activities resulted in different battery consumption rates. 8% for a 35-minute run in test 1, 17% for a 1-hour run in test 2, 15% for a 56-minute run in test 3, and 11% for a 49-minute run in test 4. Apple Watch Series 9 not only offers essential tracking features, but also seamless integration with your music library. Music is a huge motivator for many runners, myself included. The Series 9 allows you to easily control your music right from your wrist. With access to your favorite playlists and podcasts, you can stay in the zone without missing a beat. You can stream music that you have added to the Apple Watch when it is connected to the internet. To play music when you are not connected to the internet, you must first download it. Whether runners should go for the Apple Watch Series 9 depends on their individual needs, preferences, and budget. If you are someone who needs a smartwatch, then Apple Watch Series 9 is incredible with good heart rate and GPS tracking, in spite of lacking multi-band GPS. However, if you are a serious runner who can compromise on smart features for advanced running metrics, then there are better options available at a similar price point. The likes of Garmin Forerunner 265 show you recovery time, how much rest you need to take after a particular run, and depending on your recovery, what pace you need to run, and many other such features that you won't get on Apple Watch Series 9. So based on these factors, you can make your decision and choose your watch accordingly. That's all for today's video. If you like the video, tap the thumbs up button and share it with fellow runners by tapping on the share button. For more such videos related to running, subscribe to Insane Runners. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.